In the beginning, there was nothing. And then there was Counter-Strike. Counter-Strike today is the most popular PC FPS series of all time, bigger than Overwatch, PUBG, Call of Duty, and Rainbow Six Siege. The game has an amazing competitive scene with teams like FaZe, Australis, Cloud9, G2, Fnatic, and many, many more. And today, I'm going to go through the history of the game we all know and love. Let's go. It all started in 1999. Half-Life had released just 1 year ago, and every PC player was amazed by its innovations. This is what other games looked like in 1998. This is what Half-Life looked like in 1998. Half-Life's developers, Valve, encouraged modding, and released free modding tools to the public, such as Hammer. Due to these modding tools, two developers named Min Lee and Jess Cliff got started on Counter-Strike's development, and in June of 1999, the mod released. The game had three main modes: bomb defusal, hostage rescue, and VIP escorting, which still remains the game's main modes up until today, except for VIP escorting. It was said to be the most popular PC mod of all time back in the year 2000. Very quickly, Valve gathered an interest within the game and started helping out the developers, and by 2000, Valve had hired them and released Counter-Strike as its own game. Counter-Strike saw immense popularity and started to grow into a small competitive scene. Weirdly enough, the game was ported to the original Xbox by Turtle Rock Studios and Ritual Entertainment. The Xbox version of the game hit pretty good sales, so good that it was released with the Xbox Platinum Hits series. The game was going well. What could go wrong? Counter-Strike Condition Zero started development in the year 2000 by Rogue Entertainment, who had to shut down. Valve gave the project to Gearbox. Yes, that Gearbox. And then, in the game of Hot Potato, it was given to Ritual Entertainment. Critics panned the game with reviews of 60% or lower. The game was an amalgamation of other developers' work, and it's the game we don't talk about. Noticing Condition Zero's failure, 9 months later, Valve released CS Source. It was released as a beta if you own Condition Zero and Half-Life 2. It was basically a remake or reboot of 1.6. It saw a noticeable improvement in graphical quality because it was running on Valve's cutting-edge Source engine. Most of the features, such as the Boss AI from Condition Zero, was ported to Source to save time during development. However, most of the 1.6 community really didn't like Source. They opted to play 1.6. Counter-Strike Source saw favorable reviews, but it didn't have that much of a competitive scene, and was updated all the way up until 2010. And now you think you know what's coming next, don't you? CSGO, is that what you're thinking? Wrong. Yeah, that's right, there's more to the Counter-Strike series than these 4 games, so let's talk about Counter-Strike Neo, the Japanese arcade version of CSGO. Basically, when porting games to Japan, Valve liked to make arcade ports in the early 2000s, and in 2003 they created this abomination. Instead of counter-terrorist and terrorist, you have CSF and Neo. Alright, Steinfall, alright, now you can get to CSGO. Nope. Yep, that's right, there's more. In 2008, Nexon developed Counter-Strike Online. This was released to PCs and saw success within the Asian market. The game was also free-to-play even before Valve started thinking about releasing their free-to-play Counter-Strike. And yes, these games are official. And finally, let's get to CSGO. When CSGO released in August 12, 2012, it wasn't that good. Everything was different from the previous 3 main games in the series, with way too many bugs to count. CSGO introduced a ranked system instead of the custom server days of old. It was released to the PC and the Xbox 360 and also the PS3. A weird choice for the PS3 and Xbox 360 versions of the game, being rarely played and never updated. The game was meant to just be Counter-Strike Source but on the Xbox Live Arcade. Growing into CSGO, the game had the standard Counter-Strike formula with game modes such as Arms Race and Bomb Defusal. In the early days of a competitive Counter-Strike Global Offensive, there was one team to rule them all: NIP, or Ninjas in Pajamas. They won almost every single tournament they played in, and other teams wanted a spot at the crown. And as Valve listened to the community and what issues were there, the game started to grow more and more, and the game started to get less buggy as it went on. And as the game got less and less buggy, more and more players started joining the scene, and today the game is thriving, with hundreds of thousands of these players playing, and it's only getting bigger, with fantastic creators such as Warow, Clixphilip, and or Jeff. It's really amazing. Well, that's it for today's video. I'm also making one more video about the history of Portal. I have a Discord server where you can get updates on videos being made and little sneak peeks. I also have a second channel where I upload random stuff and dank memes. Thank you so much for sticking around, and anyway, I've been Steinfall, you've been you, and I'll see you later in the next one. Bye!